Regardless of all the criticisms it's getting, Starfield is actually a great game. In my last video, I talked about some of the best features of Starfield and how they make it a great game. However, there are some things in the game that I would like to see improved. So, in this video, I share the other side of things and how Starfield could be better if Bethesda could actually fix these issues. The NPCs in Starfield are really dumb. You will especially notice it during combat. You can literally walk up to their face and shoot them, and it would still take them forever to react. Not to mention that they also have terrible aims. And that makes combat less challenging. When you walk up to any security guard and pull out a gun, nothing happens. You could even shoot near them, and they will go by their day like they didn't see you. The FPS combat system in Starfield is impressive. But the terrible NPC AI gets in the way of the immersion every time. But I think this is something Bethesda can fix in a future patch. At first, I enjoyed walking on different planets and exploring. But after a while, it became a bit tedious, especially when I was doing missions and gathering resources. Once you land on a planet, you have to walk very far to reach specific locations. Most of the time, these locations are very far from your landing spot. And it's one of the most annoying parts of the game. What makes this process boring is that you don't encounter anything to interact with during the long walks to these locations. It's just endless walking, running, and short boosts from the jetpack. That usually gets boring very fast. Bethesda recently announced new traversal options in the future. So I hope they will add some sort of vehicle for us to travel on planets. Dialogue options are a crucial part of role-playing games. They usually determine the outcomes of certain actions, change the story, and even affect the endings. That's not exactly the case with Starfield. In Starfield, conversations with NPCs will almost always force you to pick one specific dialogue option, which makes your conversations end the same way no matter how much information you gather. The writing of these conversations with NPCs can also be quite tedious. Even Fallout 4 and Fallout 76 had better dialogues than this. I just think Bethesda could have been a bit more creative with the story and dialogues. I don't have a high-end gaming PC, but it's capable of playing almost every new game at 60 FPS. I even played Cyberpunk without any issues or lag. In comparison, Starfield needs a ton of performance optimization on PC. When asked about this, Todd Howard responded by saying gamers need to upgrade their PCs for this game. That's a terrible excuse to give when there are a lot of things they could have done to improve performance. DLSS came a bit late to the game, but even that would not make a big difference in performance on my PC. And I know many other players with high-end PCs are having issues with this game. If you're completely new to space games, you would not notice anything bad about the space exploration in Starfield. There's plenty of systems to explore. But, since I've played Elite Dangerous, I couldn't help but notice the emptiness of space in Starfield. And I'm not talking about the interactions or the locations available in the game. There are plenty of those in Starfield. But traveling to planets and actually exploring systems feels meaningless, especially since all of the traveling is limited to loading screens. I just miss having full control over my ship and actually flying it to locations. Last but not least, the holy grail of Bethesda games, the loading screens. At first, having to go through multiple loading screens just to get inside your ship was very annoying. But, somehow, I got used to it. Having played other Bethesda games like Fallout 4 certainly helped. When you have a fast SSD, the loading screens are somewhat tolerable. But still, it does not make the experience any better. Now, I want to be clear that I don't hate Starfield. I'm still playing the game and I enjoy it. And I plan on making more videos for it. This video is just about sharing some of the criticisms I've had with this game and things that could be improved in the future. Have you encountered any issues with Starfield? Let me know in the comments. See you in the next video. And please like and subscribe to the channel.